Hello and welcome to probably the greatest feat of my adult life so far. And I'm not referring to the half marathon that I'm running in 2 weeks. I'm referring to the bake sale I decided to organize, fundraising for my half marathon that is happening in 2 days. And I have a bunch of people coming, so I have to bake a bunch of things. So my plan is to make a total of 8 things. Chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies, a Guinness cake, a carrot cake, a banana bread loaf, and a basil and raspberry loaf. And then in terms of savory, I'm doing a courgette and parmesan tart and a mushroom and leek tart. All for Sunday at 11 a.m. and it is now Friday evening at I think after 7. I've just tidied up the house a bit. I'm gonna light a candle. I'm gonna put on, I think, some YouTube vlogs, and I'm gonna start because my plan is to make the 2 types of cookies today. And then tomorrow I'm gonna make the 2 cakes and the 2 loaves, and then the tarts, I'll make them on Sunday morning. One thing to note is that I got my hair cut last weekend, last Saturday. So yeah, almost a week. And it has been the greatest thing I've ever done. I can't believe I didn't do it sooner. I've always jumped between having short hair and long hair, and I've cut my bob a few times. But the last time I cut a bob, I got layers put in, which gave me a bit of bob trauma because I didn't fully understand what that would mean. It was so hard to style, and I was living in Barcelona, which is very humid, and it just wasn't a good time for me. And then I got the urge to cut it again after 3 years, and I got scared. But then I was like, you know what? I have to do it, or I'll drive myself crazy thinking, should I not? And I got it cut, and I feel, the only way I can describe it is that I feel like I am myself. I feel like I'm now the person that I am inside, outside. I just love it so much. And it's funny because I had this feeling in my mind that like I would feel pretty in short hair, but that I wouldn't necessarily feel like attractive in the way that like, I think I just thought like being womanly and being like attractive to other people and stuff came with like having long hair, and that short hair would make me feel kind of like juvenile, but it didn't at all. Literally, I walked out of the hairdresser and I've never felt more attractive. I was like, here I am, world, here I am. But yeah, that's the major update in my life. And now let's get going with the cooking. I'm gonna light my candle and I'm gonna get jumping on it. Starting with chocolate chip cookies, I think. Also, I decorated a bit for Halloween stuff today, and I've put on the Netflix fireplace, and it's just so cozy in the house right now. So the cookie recipe that I use is actually from Kristen Johns, who made a video a couple of years ago with like the best cookies ever. And my sister followed her and still follows her and loves her, and was like, we should try this. It was during COVID, and we did, and they have been a key part of my life ever since. I make these cookies all the time. My friends all know about these cookies. So they're standard. I make them very often, so I had to make them for this big sale. I will link down below Kristen Johns' video so you can watch it, but they are spectacular cookies. The secret, as Kristen says in her video, to these cookies is, well, actually, I think there's a few things. It's that you use a whole teaspoon of salt, and I do use the whole teaspoon of salt, even though it looks like a lot. It's also the vanilla bean paste. Vanilla essence doesn't do for this. Vanilla bean paste does. It's The most delicious thing ever. It's like a fiver for one of these pots though, and I've just run out, so the rest of the recipes are gonna have to do with just vanilla essence. But it's so good and it adds so much to the cookies. And then finally, it's using good quality chocolate. So I don't use baking chocolate or cheap chocolate. I use Dairy Milk or Galaxy. Most of the time Dairy Milk. And that I think makes a big difference. I have my dry ingredients. I have my wet ingredients. Oh God, I'm gonna spill. My butter and sugars and eggs and vanilla. I'm gonna chop the chocolate, and I have to add everything in together, and then I can start baking it. We're gonna start on the peanut butter cookies. I'm watching Zoella Vlogmas from last year. Or Zoe Sugg now, which I'm so enjoying, because Zoe's one of those people that she was my first like favorite YouTuber. I inhaled her stuff back in the day. Like I couldn't get enough of her. And then now she's like somebody that I catch up with every few months or once a year. I feel like usually around this time, it always gets to like September, and then I get the real inkling of wanting like autumn and Christmas content. And so I start watching all of her previous autumn vlogs and her vlogmases. So yeah, I'm watching that and I'm loving it. Hello. So I've just been cleaning up the stuff from the cookies, and now I'm gonna make the peanut butter cookies, which are gonna come from this Hummingbird Bakery book that I bought in a charity shop a few years ago. And I've made these before, but last time I made them with dark chocolate, because that's what they say, but this time I'm going to make them with white chocolate, except the only white chocolate I could find that was proper good quality was Milky Bar Buttons. Here we go, there's the recipe, looking good. The thing about this recipe book, everything in here is so delicious and so simple. I think my plan, actually, you know what I should do? I should just read the recipe firsthand, like first of all, make sure I'm clear with the recipe and then start making it. That might be something to do, because famously, I once made a carrot cake and forgot to put carrots in it. So I know that I get a bit distracted and overwhelmed, and then I forget something key. So I'm gonna read the recipe before I even start. I think that would be a really good idea to do. Hello, I finished making the peanut butter cookie batter, and I've tidied up and washed up, and oh, my back is sore. I'm feeling tired. However, I managed to do all of the chocolate chip cookies in 2 batches. So the second batch, this is the first batch, and the second batch is in the oven and should be done very soon. So that's great news. Anyway, I'm quite proud. What time is it now? Oh, woo! Can you see that? Woo! It's 9:05, so I'm actually doing okay for time. I'm actually doing very okay for time. I was kind of hoping to be done by 9. I'm not done by 9, but I'm kind of done by 9 because now it's just doing batches in the oven. So, yeah. Good morning. It is a little bit before 9. I was planning on waking up a little bit earlier than this, but I didn't. So the plan is make banana bread and make the basil and raspberry loaf I'm making. Then go for my 13-kilometer run. Then come back, do my chores in the house, which is hoovering and mopping the floors. And then make my cakes. So Guinness and carrot cake. So yeah, that's the plan. Such a gorgeous sunny day outside today, so I'm looking forward to going outside, even though it's for my 13-kilometer run. The other loaf I'm making today is this raspberry, orange and basil oil loaf, which I made once during COVID when I bought this book, and then I haven't made since, but my mum made over the summer a lot, and it was so yummy, so I thought that would be great, a little something different. And it's from this book called Sticky Fingers Green Thumb. It's all about baking, but with like tastes of nature. So you use like vegetables and plants and herbs and stuff. It all looks really, really good. And it's such a beautiful book. I just need to actually commit and make some more stuff. The problem with it is that a lot of the recipes need like really particular ingredients that I don't know where to find or how to get. But anyway, this one is manageable, so yeah, I'm gonna get started with that. Brief pause because Kieran was in the shop yesterday and I had sent him off to get the lemons and the oranges, and he brought back something and I was like, I think that's a grapefruit. So I asked him and he was like, no, it's definitely an orange, I'm sure. And I knew, but still I powered through, and then I cut it open and lo and behold, it's a grapefruit. So I've had to go run over to our little Tesco Express near us and get an orange. Banana loaf is out, and I made a couple of extra cupcakes because I had some leftover batter and I've had a taste and so yummy. I have a pretty bad headache. Like I have a bit of a migraine, so I got some painkillers when I was over in Tesco because we didn't have any in the house. I'm hoping that kicks in, and yeah, if I just take it easy after finishing this, I'll have some lunch, watch some TV, hopefully I'll start to feel better, and then I'll go for my big long run, and then 2 more cakes to bake this evening. But I'm actually having quite a bit of fun baking today. These loaves are really fun to make and they're really easy recipes. I chose like really simple, straightforward recipes. Half 2-ish and I'm going for my run. I don't feel the best. I have such a bad headache, but if I don't go out now, I won't go out at all. And so I was like, you know what? I'll try run the 13K. If I can't, I'll settle for 5 or 10, but I reckon I can run. That sounds crazy. I think like 2 hours ago I couldn't have. I still feel pretty crappy, but I reckon I could manage something. And I think some fresh air would help. Hello, I am back. I'm showered. I've dried my hair. And I hate to say it. But I feel so much better after that run. I feel so much better. I don't know what this means for my future. If when I have a migraine, I have to now go for a 13-kilometer run. Anyway, I've just made myself a little cup of tea. I'm gonna have that while watching a bit of Outlander, Blood of My Blood, which I've started, because I think I need 20 minutes of like a wind down before I start baking again. My knees are sore. I just need a bit of time. Okay, let's get baking. I don't know if I should do carrot cake or Guinness cake first. Let me read the ingredients of the carrot cake and then I can decide. Funnily enough, this carrot cake recipe, my mum makes a lot, or used to make a lot, and I made it with her a few times. and it's just the absolute best carrot cake there is out there. So again, it seems so simple. Like there's lots of ingredients, but it's so straightforward. Also, we didn't have ground ginger this morning, so I had to use fresh ginger on the banana bread, and actually worked out okay. And I've just realized I forgot to go get ground ginger during my run, so I'm gonna stick with fresh ginger. The only thing that's gonna be a bit of an effort is grating the carrots, so maybe I'll just start with this one. I might just start with this one. I didn't show you earlier, but here's the banana bread, and then there's the basil loaf, and I had some left over, so I made 4 banana bread cupcakes and 4 basil loaf ones. Hello, this lighting is terrible, but I've had dinner, I've cleaned up from the carrot cake. Carrot cake is ready to go. Here they are. And now I'm gonna start on the Guinness cake, and then obviously I'll do icing after that. Last cake of the day. Yay, what time is it? It's 7 minutes past 8. And I'm feeling pretty tired, but really proud of myself. Good morning. It is 24 minutes past 9 and I got up at 7 and I have been running around doing bits. I've hoovered, I've tidied up, still a few more things to do in the house, but for the most part we're in a good place. And now I need to probably start with the tarts. My plan is to make them and then put them in the oven at like 12 or half 12, so not necessarily for the very start of the bake sale, because I just thought no one's gonna arrive at 11 and want to eat like lunch food. So I'll show you my little outfit now in a minute, but I've done my makeup and I'm ready to go. This is my little OTD. Both the skirt and the top are secondhand and they're 100% wool, so it will be nice and warm today.
for stealing stuff.
Hello, this is actually weeks later and my half marathon is tomorrow morning, but I am editing this video because it's going up tomorrow and I've realized I never did an outro. So I just wanted to hop in here and say that it was so fun. I wish I had gotten more footage of the day, but I just get a bit shy to record friends because I'm like, I don't know if they're okay with it. And yeah, I just wish I'd gotten more. But anyway, the baking was good. Everything was delicious. I have a freezer drawer full of baked stuff and yeah, it was really good. Fundraising went really well. And now, yeah, getting ready for the big day tomorrow. Thanks for joining me and I'll see you next time.